Hello everyone, Rodrigo Silva here, and on this video I'm gonna show you how you can achieve life balance and the biggest mistakes people make trying to do so. If you're ready, let's go. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up if you like it at the end of the video. So let's start by defining what is this work-life balance concept, because it sounds really simple and just taking a look to your life and your work and trying to separate those. And because most people say, well, I work too much, therefore I can't have a life, or if I take too much time for my life, my work is going to pay the price. But in order to achieve this balance overall, we have to look deeper, because it's not only about these two things. Actually, there are 7 pillars that I call the 7 pillars of life, and that is what we need to take a look at in a deeper level to get that understanding and actually start to create balance into our lives. Now, here we have our 7 pillars of life. First, we have the social and family relationships. Next, career and educational aspirations. Then, money and personal finances. Next, we have physical health and recreation and leisure. And then we have life's routine responsibilities. Next, we have giving back to society and contribution. And finally, we have mental and emotional and spiritual health. Now that we are aware of these 7 areas of our lives, we can start giving importance to each one of these different areas that's going to bring balance overall into our lives. Because it's not just like we said, life and work and just these 2 things, but there's all these other things that are part of this balance. So now that you're aware of these 7 things, I'm going to show you what you should do to bring balance into all of these areas. So the first thing that I want you to do is take a look at each of these 7 areas of importance and think of what are some of the goals or things you would like to improve in each of these areas. So I want you to think of maybe 3 to 5 things that you would like to improve over the next maybe a few weeks, a few months, something that you would like to change and improve on each of these areas of importance. Now, once you've done that, we're gonna create a chart where we're gonna get specific with those goals in order to achieve them. So the chart looks something like this. As you can see here, we have the first area of importance, which is social and family relationships. And the first thing we're gonna take a look at is the action step. You need to ask yourself what needs to be done for that specific goal. Remember, we're gonna come up with 3 to 5 goals or things we would like to improve about this area of importance in our life. And then for each one of those goals, you need to ask what needs to be done in order for you to accomplish that goal. Then you need to ask and take a look to who's the responsible person for this. Who should take action to complete this step? Usually it's going to be you, but if there's someone else involved into this goal that you have, then write that down. After that, you need a deadline. Remember, the difference between a goal and a dream is a deadline and actually taking action upon it. So you need to set a deadline for when this step be completed. Remember, it's not the whole goal that should be completed, but the step that's going to take you closer to achieving that goal, if that makes sense. After that, we are going to take a look to the necessary resources. What do you need to complete this step? What are some of the things that you're going to need to make sure you can complete this step? Could be, like time or someone else's help or organization, or do you need to do something specific? What are those resources that you need? You need to learn anything new to achieve this goal. After that, we're gonna take a look at the potential challenges, because there's always something that's gonna come up. So you want to be proactive and be prepared for those challenges. So you want to ask yourself, are there any potential challenges that may impede the competition? And how will you overcome them? So once you've identified a few challenges that may get in the way of completing this goal, you need to ask yourself, if that happens, how will you overcome those challenges? Remember, that's the principle of proactivity. So you're prepared and not just reacting to what life throws at you. And finally, we're gonna evaluate the results. You're gonna take a look if this step towards achieving this specific goal was successfully completed by the deadline that you had set, and were any new steps identified in the process. So now, you're setting some steps for these specific goals, but as you go along, you might find that you need to take extra steps to get there, or just take a different path. Remember, there's more than one way to do things, and you might learn this along the way from achieving this goal. So now that you've seen this, I want you to create the same thing for each area of your life, of those 7 areas of importance that we discussed earlier in the video. So your next step of action is create that chart for every of the 7 areas of importance, and that is how you will bring your life to balance. And it's not only work, because remember, one of those areas of importance might be the career and that kind of thing, but you have all these other things that come into play. So you want to evaluate all of those things and create this chart with the goals and the action steps that you're going to take for each of those goals. Remember, it's going to be 3 to 5 different goals, and for each of those goals, you're going to create action steps that are going to take you closer to achieving that goal. All right, now it's your turn to put in practice these principles and just take action upon this and create a better, more balanced life. And if you have any trouble doing this, or questions, or there's something that's not clear, you can book a free coaching session with me. I'm gonna leave the link on the description box, and you have a 30-minute free coaching session with me, where we can go over life balance issues, relationship issues, career advice, whatever is troubling your mind. And maybe you need some life coaching, business coaching, and remember, or anything in these of the 7 areas of importance that you want to improve. Okay, bad habits, better habits, all that kind of thing that you're looking to improve yourself and grow as a person. Because remember, if we're not growing, we're dying. So I'll see you in the next video.